Nour, I finally multiplied my readership by 3 like you said.
Wow, what'd you do?
You told me to entice my readers. I made them thrice.
Michael, I told you to entice your You know what? It's working. Good job, buddy. You've done it.
I did it!
Yeah. Hey guys, Nour here, and here are 6 ways to keep readers on their toes. But first, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell icon so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. Let's get started. So, how do you keep readers on their toes? Well, it's actually really simple. You just give them a pair of high heels. Just kidding, that's not the way to do it. It's actually pretty easy to entice readers though, if you know the following tips. 1. The very first way is to get inside your character's head. There is nothing more enticing than knowing how a character feels about the events going on around them. I'm not just talking about knowing what a character is thinking. We don't need an inner monologue. That's really boring. What we need is feeling what that character feels. Put us in the character's shoes for that moment. If they're sad, how are they feeling it? Is their throat aching? Now, this alone doesn't keep readers on their toes, of course, but along with the other tips, it will definitely play a crucial role. But of course, just because you let readers be inside a character's shoes doesn't mean that you should tell the reader everything about the character. Which leads me to point number 2. Let your readers fill in the blanks on their own sometimes. In other words, don't tell them what a character's room looks like down to the bare bones, or tell them how many freckles are on a character's face. Let them imagine the parts they want to imagine on their own. Some readers enjoy putting themselves in the main character's body and imagining the scenes unfold as if they are happening to them. But they can't really do that if you describe every nitty-gritty detail. Leave some things to the imagination and your character will feel more connected to the reader, and as a result, worry about them more. So while you should give a general description of your character, don't describe so many details. If you will paint a picture and leave the rest to the reader's imagination. Number 3, you want to appeal to all the senses. This is closely tied with the first tip of getting inside your character's head by making us feel what they feel, but there's more to it. Literally, use the 5 senses. I remember the first time I read The Hunger Games, Katniss, or technically Suzanne Collins, kept describing the smell and taste of all the exotic animals that Katniss would cook and eat. That got me hungry even though she was talking about squirrels and rabbits and cute little animals. Point being, she immersed me in the story and that put me more on edge whenever there was a ton of action going on. So utilize smell, touch, taste, and all the good stuff. Again, on its own, this won't keep readers on their toes, but combined with action, this will be powerful. Number 4, you should also use subplots to get your reader invested. I have a video all about writing a compelling subplot and I'll link it in the card up here. So why do subplots keep us on our toes? It's because they give us mini conflicts. The main character has a crush on the love interest, but the love interest doesn't seem to notice. Immediately, that keeps us on edge. We want to find out if they'll end up together. This is a subplot, so it's not our main conflict, but it sure keeps us excited and curious. Other things going on in the character's life could also be subplots. Is she trying to win a championship? That's a subplot, and it makes us root for the character and want to know more. But don't forget to keep the conflict at the forefront, which is my next tip. 5. The conflict is the number 1 way to keep readers on edge. Duh. Obviously, my other tips come together to enhance the story and keep your readers enthralled, but without a good conflict, your story will be lame. Always tailor your conflict to your character's weaknesses, so that way we're always extra worried about them. If your character doesn't have any weaknesses, then they're too perfect and nothing can hurt them, which doesn't leave us wondering if they'll be okay, because they'll obviously be okay. So make sure they have at least one weakness and then tailor the conflict to that. Then make sure the conflict is the center of the story. So make sure they have at least one weakness and then tailor the conflict to that. Then keep the conflict at the center of your story. Your subplots should be 25% of the story and the conflict should affect the other 75%. So it started raining halfway through my filming. as it does frequently, because we live in Florida, where it rains, despite being the Sunshine State. But we're gonna continue filming. Don't rely on filler in your story, which is your character doing boring stuff like waking up and brushing their teeth. Let there always be something useful going on to the movement of your plot and the growth of your character. And 6, last but not least, don't be afraid to be a little unpredictable. The best way to keep readers on their toes is by throwing something unexpected at them from time to time in the form of plot twists. Maybe after several chapters of your character trying to solve a crime and thinking that his enemy did it, he realizes that all the clues point to him being the criminal. And what a coincidence that he can't remember the night of the crime! He might not end up being the criminal, but this momentary plot twist will certainly get readers curious, shocked, and even worried. So along with your conflict, throw in a plot twist or two. Be a little unpredictable, stray your reader away from the real answer. This will serve 2 purposes. 1, shocking the reader initially, and 2, shocking the reader again when they discover the truth. Of course, plot twists come in all kinds of forms, so for more information on how to write a good one, check out my video in the card here. Let me know in the comments, how do you keep readers on their toes? There you have it, 6 ways to keep readers on their toes. Stay tuned for the coming weeks because I have some information on my upcoming book, Divinity Falling. I'm talking cover reveal, I'm talking animated book trailer, I'm talking giveaways, and I'm talking so much more, so be sure to tune in! And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, check out my others, and leave a like to support my channel. And remember, Nour for President!